just now getting into this conversation about how jobs are affected by innovation. Jobs are things that people get paid for, but that isn't necessarily what they're looking for. They're looking for meaningful work. Volunteering is one way to do that, but you're going to need a mentor in any case. It's also clear that not all innovations produce jobs. And the reason for this is that if nobody takes up the innovation, then it may not create a business at all. On the other hand, some innovations remove jobs, in which case now you have people who are unemployed because of that. Another problem here is the rate at which jobs change. If you talk to any big industry, for example, you may discover that the jobs that are currently filled are quite different from the jobs of 5 years ago. And so one thing that we don't have is good metrics about how quickly jobs and job categories change over time. And if they change quickly enough, as they tend to do in information technology, then you have to start thinking, what kind of training should I give people so that when they emerge from the system after 4 years of college, what are they prepared for, and what if the jobs that are open have changed or will change after they've completed this formal period of education? I think we have to conclude that getting an education and then working for a career doesn't work anymore, and you need to keep learning. You need to be prepared to learn. You need to want to learn, and we need to be provided with the means to learn, which is why this notion of massive online open courses is so attractive.
People who are unemployed, I think there's a lot of time that they could be using to start building those skills on their own, and also giving them the opportunity to not just be looking for jobs, but actually going out there to look for opportunities where they could start building their skills on their own. What do you have to say about that?
Well, it's pretty clear that if, in fact, there is a place for them to exercise those skills or to learn new ones, that's a good thing. But we have to have a place that's prepared to take in volunteers. I've been president of the Association for Computing Machinery for the last 2 years. We depend very heavily on a lot of volunteers, but I can tell you that in order to manage volunteers, you need a dedicated staff to manage that process, to guide them to what they should and shouldn't do. So to exercise the voluntary path still requires you to have a good infrastructure of people who are essentially dedicated and paid to manage this volunteer process. Between that and the possibility of online classes, we have an opportunity to help people learn new things and become more productive.